Hey guys, it's me, Miss Mills, and the whole point of this video is to help you out with an extra credit IXL that I want you to try on the week of February 22nd through the 26th. The IXL is not too bad, and you have to get it to an 80%. And the reason I chose it was because it's going to refresh your mind on a skill that we learned a couple of months ago. As you know, we had a lot of assignments where you had to find the slope and then the y-intercept of, let's say, a graph or a table, and then write that into slope-intercept form, or writing that into the equation, as I like to say. This is going to be the same thing, except it's going to make you have to think backwards. Again, you always had to find the slope first, then you found the y-intercept, and then you could put it in slope-intercept form. This time, though, they're going to give you the equation in slope-intercept form, and then you have to graph it. So this is a skill that has to make you think backwards, and it's just going to make you stronger on that skill that we have learned. And honestly, I think a lot of y'all are going to like this skill because it's actually kind of fun. But let's talk about it and let's do a few of them together. And again, you have to get this to at least 80% to get the extra credit points on it. And here's the other thing. If you have not went back and done your work for week, I guess I need to find it. I believe it's week 22, but let me check real quick. Nope. Yeah. If you have not done your your work from week 22, where you have to write equations from ordered pairs, do the worksheet, do the notes, and do the IXL, you need to do that first before you come back and do this IXL for extra credit, okay? You have to. And if you are caught up, then I want you to do this extra credit IXL. So again, they give you the equation, y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope. So 8 would be our slope here because the slope is always next to the x. And then b is our y-intercept. It's always attached to the end of the equation. So guys, remember, whenever you did have to write an equation, I told you to find the slope first and the y-intercept second. Guys, this is going to make you do the opposite. The first thing you need to make a line based off an equation is you need the y-intercept. The y-intercept, again, here is 1. So guys, if y'all remember what the y-intercept is, it's what is on, or it's where the line crosses the y-axis. Here is our y-axis, remember? Okay? The line would cross this y-axis at positive 1. So my first point is at 0, positive 1, because that's where the line would cross the y-axis, okay? So once I have that first point plotted, then I can use the slope. The slope here is 8. So guys, if you remember, if you have a number by itself, you can always automatically assume that that number is over 1. Like, for example, 5 over 1, or 5 divided by 1, is 5. 3 over 1, or 3 divided by 1, is 3. 7 divided by 1, or 7 over 1, is 7. So in this case, our slope is 8 over 1. Okay? So our slope is 8 over 1, and I can use that. So from here, remember guys, slope is rise over run. So how much you rise is your numerator, how much you run is your denominator, okay? So my slope again here is 8, so I'm going to rise 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to run 1 time. 1. There's my second point. And guys, just to show you again what I did, I plotted my y-intercept first, which is 1. Here's my y-intercept. Here's my y-axis, and it tells you by the little y right there, okay? And then I plotted my first point at 1, okay? Then my slope is 8 over 1. Guys, remember, slope is rise over run. So how much I rise is 8 in this case, and how much I run is 1. So from here is my first point again, and I rose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 times, and then I ran 1 time, okay? Rose 8 times, ran 1 time, and guys, that's all it is, and I made my line. So I'm going to erase this stuff real quick, and I'm going to hit enter, and we can go on to the next problem. Submit. All right. So same thing, guys. First thing I need here is my y-intercept. My y-intercept here is 4. So on the y-axis, I need to plot 4 as my first point. Guys, we have an x by itself here. And guys, if you remember, if you have an x by itself, here, I'm going to get out a Jamboard for y'all, just for funsies. I would use my iPad, but it is dead right now, so I can't use that. But I can use this. So guys, remember, if you have an x by itself, okay, like in any equation at all, you need to automatically assume that there is a 1 in front of that x. And here's why. 0x doesn't exist. It's not going to be there. It doesn't add or take away anything. You have to have a 1 in front of that x for the x to piggyback on, for the x to even exist, okay? So if there's an x by itself, there does have to automatically be a 1 there as well. And then here's the other thing. Slope always has to be a fraction. So we need to turn 1 into a fraction. To do that, to make 1 into a fraction that doesn't change its value, again, you can just put that number over 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. So this is going to be my rise over run. I'm going to rise 1 time. I'm going to run 1 time. Okay. So again, I did want to tell y'all again, whenever you have a number over 1 or a number divided by 1, the answer is just going to be the numerator number, okay? That's always going to be the case. Same thing here. 1 divided by 1 is 1, so this is going to be my fraction I'm going to use for my rise over run. So, cool. Nope. Cool. Nope. Cool. All right, so let's do this again. I plotted my first point, which was 4, okay? And then again, my slope was 1 over 1, okay? So I rise 1 and I run 1. Plot my second point, and there the line is made for me. And as you can see, you rise 1, run 1 every single time. Because again, slope is consistent throughout the whole line. So there you go. Submit. Same thing. First step, plot my y-intercept on the y-axis. My y-intercept here is 6, so I'm going to plot 6 first. Okay? Then I need my slope. My slope is 1 over 4, so I'm going to rise 1 and then run 4. So from my first point, again, I'm going to rise 1 time. I'm going to run 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plot my second point. My line is created. Move on to the next part. Same thing. My y-intercept is 5, so I'm going to plot that point first on the y-axis. Okay. Then my slope is 1 over 5. So that means I'm going to rise 1 time and run 5 times because, again, slope is rise over run. So for my first point, I rise 1 time, and then I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plot that second point, and let's keep going. Okay, so now it's going to have us do a negative slope because we have a slope of negative 3/4. So don't freak out. Again, our first step is to plot our 10. A positive 10 is my first point on the y-axis, okay? Now, remember, guys, slope is rise over run. So that means we're going to go vertical before we go horizontal. So in this case, we're going to, instead of rise 3 times, since this is a negative 3, we're going to fall 3 times. So from here, we go down 1, 2, 3 times, because again, this is a negative slope, so we needed to go down. And then I run 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you go, okay? So guys, don't freak out that there's a negative slope. Again, instead of rising, you fall down those many times that the numerator tells you to. And then you still run in the same direction, okay? Because your run is still going to be positive. So from here to here, again, I fell, because this is a negative 3 times. And then I ran 1, 2, 3, 4 times, because my slope is negative 3 over 4. All right, let me see if it gets any harder. No. Oh, well, yeah, here they have, we have 4 quadrants here. So same thing, I need my y-intercept first. My y-intercept here is a negative 4. So that means on my y-axis, I need to point negative 4 first, okay? Negative 4 is down here, okay? It's on the bottom half. So that's my y-intercept. That's where the line is going to cross. Next step, my slope is 1/2. That means it's positive 1/2. So that means from this point, I'm going to rise 1, and then I'm going to run 2 times. And there you go. There's the line. All right. Same thing here. Y-intercept first is 7. 7 is between 6 and 8, so positive 7. And then we have a negative slope. So this time I'm going to go down 9 times instead of going up 9 times. All right, so this time I'm going to go down because my slope is negative 9 over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm going to run 8 times. And remember, running is going in the same direction. We're always going to the right in that case. So I'm going to run positive 8 times. So that's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And there you go. All right, guys, if y'all have any questions about this, let me know. You just have to get this skill up to 80%. This is just a extra credit as well, but it is a really good IXL to get you to know, to review what we have learned and make sure that it is fresh in your mind before we move on. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you later. Bye.